No, thank you, record bot. So, anyways, so what I wanted to talk about today, I wanted to take us to the land of video game streamers, of which there are many options today. So, Mike, I'm sure I know we're old fogies, but I'm sure you're familiar with the art form of watching other people play video games on YouTube and committing nothing to it, just watching and then going about your life afterwards. I'm sure you're aware of that, right?
Aware of it and enthralled every single time.
Honestly, I only know them by their YouTube thumbnail photo, and I sort everybody by cleavage size.
Okay, okay. So, I mean, you got the big heavy hitters like PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye, and they all go out and do other things, So, you love those guys, but there was a lot of guys that started around the same time that got a lot of traction around the same time, and they kind of fell by the wayside for whatever reasons. But one case in particular that's just a story that you just got to hear to believe, and that is a YouTube streamer by the name of Wings of Redemption. Uh, this is a Call of Duty streamer, but almost specifically just Call of Duty, or exclusively Call of Duty. Yeah, well, let me just get into the basics of it. Let me just start from the beginning, and from what I can do for my research, check out this heavy duty quote unquote research that I did online in February, January, March of 2009. A lot of
I don't even
streamers.
think Google existed then, man. So you, my friend, intrepid reporter Brett Baker.
Well, March is a very important month for YouTube streaming, if you ask me. There was a lot of streamers and commentary videos that started to get really a lot of traction on YouTube. The big thing that was going on was guys that thought they were so phenomenal at these games that they would do all of these videos explaining their strategies and tactics that they use to win at an online game that's all about luck. Because I don't know about you if you ever play Call of Duty Modern Warfare online, but I don't care what somebody tells me what the tactics to do or where to camp or where to move, because you're only alive for about 3 seconds before you're shot, and then you have to respawn again. So 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 around 2009, in the winter months, I'll break it down to, that's when Rings of Redemption started streaming on YouTube. He was it was already clear within his first couple of videos that he was even if he was getting a lot of positive up marks on YouTube, he was getting a lot of bad comments. It was to me, the thing that made me laugh was that the irony of a man with a southern accent saying "I am a camper" was it's never lost on me. It's like, well,
So when you say he, take me back even a little bit farther. So what's his name? Like where is he in the South? Why did somebody, for the love of God, give this man a computer? He must be the first terrible looking, overweight person to ever want to create their life online. I've never heard of that in my life.
yeah, his name is Jordy Jordanson, or Jordy Jordan. Uh, he claims that it's his legal name. They've even seen a driver's license, but he has a lot of trolls online to this day that will refute that fact over and over again. But he's from South Carolina, and he kind of looks like that. Remember that episode of South Park where they were all playing World of Warcraft? And they went against that guy, the guy in the chair, the big fat guy with glasses that like never moved. It was just all keystrokes. Yeah, it's kind of like that guy, but like plus 200 pounds. so so yeah, just picture that with his little southern accent, and a lot of rage. That's what we're looking at here. But he started gaining traction, ironically enough, in the coming year, and a lot of followers. I think he had something like 20, 30,000 followers on YouTube, which in 2009. I mean, now it's like, when you go on YouTube, it's like you're not really anybody unless you have, 1 million, to start with.
Well, 2009, that's how many computers existed. You know what I mean? That's very
Yeah,
impressive. Honestly, 30,000
that's
followers,
that's
whatever it is, that's
that's
incredibly
right.
impressive.
That was a, yeah, it was a watermark. by the years. You can tell what year it was by the amount of computers in North America. So yeah. So by April 27th of 2010, he had teamed up with a couple other streamers, a guy by the Woody's Gamer Tag. Where's Gamer Tag was another Call of Duty streamer. And then
Yeah, this was back when Call of Duty was the thing to stream, if I
it
remember
was.
right.
And it was really funny about Call of Duty is that, it didn't it start as kind of like a World War II kind of era game, or I mean, I think there was a bunch of them, but Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, that's when the doors just came off the hinges. I remember picking that up too. Was it Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare? Everyone was playing that game. It was one of those crossover games. It's like,
Well, it made sense. Like your older game, Call of Duty games are all World War II. That's your great grandpa's game. You know what I mean? You can't really relate. But if you have that warrior fantasy, it's modern. You know what I mean? It's modern warfare. You want to feel the flak jacket and all the cool rockets and shit like
yeah,
that.
it's one of yeah. Call of Duty used to be one of those games that I'd show my grandfather, and he still wouldn't understand the technology. Even though
He would just know who he
yeah, he
hated.
was he was in World War II, so it's like, I don't care. I was there. I think he's showing the Saving Private Ryan. It's like, yeah, I can tell you that's what it was. I helped that guy carry his arm. You know.
It's like somebody looking at an old school Coke can from like their childhood, and you're like, yeah, that's right. It came in glass bottles at one time. It was amazing.
So Woody's gamer tag, and he also started had another guy, FPS Russia. Yeah, his name was Kyle Myers, but he went by FPS Russia, and it's a guy that would create all these crazy hybrid weapons on YouTube, super flamethrowers and crazy stuff. I wasn't a big fan. I mean, I seen the videos, but I didn't follow him week to week or anything.
It its own special brand of nerd where like let me try to make a real lightsaber, let me try to make a real, Mega Buster kind of thing. It's fascinating to me, but you have to really love that, you know what I mean?
It's like Markiplier mixed with like Columbine, right? Is it something? Am I getting close? We can teach you how to shoot Granddad's rifle, um, through a flamethrower. I think it's worth noting just on a side note about FPS Russia. Russia is named Kyle Myers was arrested for felony possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute over 50 of his weapons. So they were confiscated under Section 922G3 of the Gun Control Act. And then I also wanted to note this was an interesting just to note about the kind of company that Wings is keeping. Nothing against FPS Russia, but well, actually, yes, there is something against them because on January 3rd, 2013, Kentucky man named Keith Ratliff, who was the co-owner of FPS Industries with Kyle Myers, part of the production team, was found shot dead in his home in Carnesville, Georgia. Ratliff held a federal firearms license and was responsible for obtaining the firearms in use in the videos. Following Ratliff's death, the production of FPS Russia's videos went on hiatus, and Georgia Bureau of Investigation said it was still investigating. However, as there have been no official updates since the initial reports following his death, the case has become subject of numerous conspiracy theories.
Of course it has, yes, of course. Yeah, lizard people still need their flamethrowers, lightsabers, I get it.
Yeah.
This is going to be the year. I'm no longer going to be fat after 2014. Just because you're overweight doesn't mean you're bad health. Like, I was in perfect health at almost 500 pounds. I was destined to become a hardcore Christian racist in South Carolina. Black people don't tip. And, like, during my period as a delivery driver, I started hating black people more and more. Like, I'm the wrong person to ask all that because my parents actually were somewhat related.
That guy gets me every time. So that brings us to August 25th, 2011, episode 67 of the PKA podcast, Painkiller Ready podcast. This is the episode where they live stream. They had a bunch of guests and they did a bunch of stuff. But at the end of the show, they had a Call of Duty streamer by the name of Pro Syndicate. And for some reason, Wings just didn't like this guy. I don't know what it was that this guy just rubbed Wings the wrong way, but he's poking at him the whole time. Like, I guess Pro Syndicate is more of a Call of Duty Zombies player. You know, on Black Ops. You ever played Zombie? Yeah, it's fun. It's more cooperative. You know, rather than everyone death matching against each other. You know, it's more everyone versus zombies. It's fun. It's fun. It's not as competitive though. You know.
And this guy, that was his main thing, I'm guessing. Syndicate's whole thing was zombie. I get it.
So they end up kind of getting into a spat about. Wings is starting to say that zombie players can't hang with warfare players, like deathmatch players. So there's a lot of back and forth trash talk until finally, long story short, Wings challenges Syndicate to a 1v1 in Modern Warfare. And Woody has the great idea that we can stream it, and it's all there's a lot of dick waving beforehand of you're gonna get your ass beat. One thing to note from this video, it is an Xbox 360 Xbox Live stream. So there is the Xbox message alert going off the whole time. So for any 360 nostalgia fans, really gonna love that noise. The Xbox alert noise.
That tells you when someone sends you a message or a friend's on, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's going on through the whole video. But it's so let's pop it on. Let's see how it goes. Which is was a popular map. Because it's more popular for free for all than it is Team Deathmatch.
A sexy ass blue camo.
That's Wings. If you can't tell by the southern bent. So Wings gets the first kill here. That was Wings getting the first kill on Syndicate. Wings' Modern Warfare tag is that's it. But Wings' gamer tag is Unlimited UAV, and Syndicate's just Syndicate. Wings comes out the gate, starts pretty good, yeah. But like Wings has said in the past, he's a camper.
So on this map, is there a special place people just usually camp?
Yes, where Syndicate's, it's called the top of the hill. You see the dirt mound in the middle? Whoever controls the trash mound usually controls the match. So right now we're 1-zip Wings. So it's a good start, Camping is frowned upon, but it's not illegal. And a lot of people do it,
Basically, he has the advantage right now to using the trash pile.
So then take me through what's going on right now.
Yeah, normally when we play like friends.
So Syndicate is controlling the hill that I told you about, and now he's starting to rack up kills on Wings. So now Wings is starting to complain that Syndicate is controlling the hill. So the complaints have already started. It's only 2-1 Syndicate right now. But the complaints are already starting to come out of Wings. Now in a second here.
Strong, face down, ass up. That's the way he likes to fuck.
Oh, some classics never die.
Yeah. So finally Wings gets a kill on Syndicate, gets him off the hill. Now here's something to note here is that Wings just spent a bunch of time bitching about how Syndicate was doing nothing but sitting on the hill, only to kill Syndicate and then take control of the hill. I'm complaining because only I'm allowed to do that, not you.
No, I totally understand that. I grew up in the household of I'm allowed to have every superpower and you're allowed to have none.
Yes. So now it's 6-3 Syndicate. Still not bad. That's not a bad score.
No, I mean, was everybody expecting Syndicate to just run roughshod on him, or was this about what they wanted?
Well, honestly, nobody knew what to expect because Wings was considered pretty good at this point in time.
So as the fight continues, as Wings obviously starts to get more and more worked up, what does he say in case,
He starts to, this is where it gets actually really interesting. So there's a long period where there's no kills. They're both running around, and Woody is controlling the camera. And so Wings starts getting desperate, and he starts saying, well, Syndicate's just prone sitting somewhere, isn't he, Woody? Trying to coax Woody into giving away Syndicate's location.
Basically trying to cheat. Yeah.
Yes. And Woody reassures him. He goes, no, he's not prone anywhere. He's running around just like you,
Because this is 2011 and we haven't gone full total troll. So someone's actually trying to have some kind of rules on a match. I like that.
Yes. But like it's the rules we just discussed of like, I have superpowers and you don't.
Exactly. I get to be Batman and Superman.
Yeah. You're not allowed to be prone, but on the hill. Unless I'm prone on the hill.
If you didn't know that this person was slowly unraveling, you would think they were just having a match. You just happen to be on the losing end right now.
Yeah. I think it's like 8-5, 8-6. It's not bad. See, that was 10-6. It's 10-6 Syndicate. You've got 3 minutes left in the match. Nothing is over, right? And did you hear what Wings just said? He said, I'm out in the open, which he wasn't.
Doing a good job.
He was behind the truck, but he said, I'm out in the open. He's just hiding. That's all he's doing is fucking hiding, Which they're both hiding, technically.
Now I got to worry about getting first shot on because M16's a one shot on this shit.
Can I guess which one was talking just now?
Did it sound like South Carolina? Now we're going down to the 2-minute mark, and this is where stuff starts getting out of control. Yeah, and now you're going to hear a noise soon, and I'll let you know what that noise is afterwards.
See, what I'm seeing right now, the way that some kids use the play, nobody's screen watching.
But it's 13-9 with a minute to go. Now, did you hear what he said there?
Yeah, I'm listening to it.
About Painkiller?
Yeah. He said, I'm not going to be on Painkiller again, ever again.
What does that mean?
That means he's so embarrassed.
That was it.
Oh,
Did you hear that noise? Let Wings tell you what that noise was. We'll tell you in a second.
I broke my controller.
You broke your controller?
he just said he broke his controller.
Yes. So the ending score was 14-9. Which ain't that far of a difference. But now let's listen to the reaction.
Fuck! Why the fuck you scream that shit? No, I didn't say scream.
Yeah, I thought it was your idea.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece of internet history right now. Basically, after this, Wings asks Woody to end the stream because he's so distraught. It was the sheer fact that he lost, that he was going to lose, or he was in a losing situation. He lost hope so quick. It's like
And Wings is what at this time? He's got to be what, in his 20s?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe close to his 30s.
Oh wow, he's in his 30s.
I think he's a little younger than us. I think he might be like 34 or 35.
Or make the lie work for you. Just be like, hey, you must be a hell of a free for all player, whatever they call this. You know what I mean? You must have been really good. You just like zombies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it just fucking spin that shit around. You know what I mean? But no, instead, Wings of Redemption says, there's no way I really lost. I'm very mad right now.
Yeah.
You were supposed to suck from the beginning. I don't want to hear this stream ever again. And then that's when you never hear him again. He disappears and life is great, right?
Oh, well, that wouldn't
Right.
be much fun, would it, Mikey? Wings kind of went kind of silent for a couple of days, 3 or 4 days, and there was this Indian gaming millionaire who offered. I guess he liked to host grudge matches between players of all different
Indian
kinds.
gaming millionaire in the sense of like it's just a random millionaire guy just giving money to gamers.
Yeah, you're right. This doesn't sound right. I think it's billionaire. You were wise to question. You were wise to question that notion, sir. Billionaire, Indian billionaire gaming enthusiast. Yeah, that wanted to host the rematch between Syndicate and Wings, and they were both kind of gung ho, and then all of a sudden Syndicate put a thing on Twitter that said, "I've lost all respect for Wings, and this is why." And he posted the chat log between him and Wings. And Wings basically said, so the winner of the match, he said the billionaire said, "I'll pay $5,000 to the winner." And Wings, this fucking guy, this guy says, "I'll give you $2,000 of the winnings. I'll keep $3,000 if you throw the match."
He's actually Wings doesn't seem like the kind of cat who's good with money to begin with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be like a negotiation where he's not 100% sure what he's negotiating on.
Yeah, but I mean, even in a negotiating setting, you have to present something that the other player has to gain, and it has to be exponentially more in one fashion or another than what you have to gain. You know, if you're going to gain more money, then you have to lose. You know, it's like, if you give me the $5,000, I'll lose. That's a fair trade.
Well, I'll show
Wings is
you.
offering-
I'll win for $10,000.
Yeah. So Wings is offering, "I'll give you $2,000 of my $5,000 winnings if you throw the match." To which Syndicate just said, "Oh, fuck you, pal. That is not happening." And then exposed him.
Was the original bet just supposed to be like, I'm having a grudge match and you both get 5,000, or was 5,000 just up for grabs?
5,000 was to the winner of the grudge match.
Oh,
by
I
the,
see.
By
I
the
see.
billionaire, you know.
Yeah.
So, and that is the plot of it. And so he got a lot of backlash for doing that and being, outed by Syndicate, and that led to just massive trolling. Even the best, most of it is screen. Most of it was team killing. Yeah, so when he wasn't playing Call of Duty, he was also a big Rainbow Six player. And for those who don't know, when you play Rainbow Six, it's a 5-on-5, and it's you get one life, and if you get killed, that's the end of your game. That's the end of the match for you. So this is one of my favorite troll tactics that they did. It was quite ingenious. So what they would do is they would watch the stream, they would get the gamer tag of somebody on his team, and then they would personal DM them in the PlayStation chat and say, if you team kill Wings, I will pay you $50. And so most people would just kill him, and he would be like, "Bro, you're on my team. What are you doing? Real talk. Look here, listen," and all his other catchphrases he has, And so he at first it was just like, "What are you doing? This is a ranked game. I'm trying to get diamond, And I'm like, diamond? Oh, diamond. I'm trying to get diamond." But I think more often, like 75% of the people win. "Yo, are you Richard Jordan?" And Wings would automatically know that a troll had paid this guy off, because he claims his legal name on his driver's license is Jordy Jordan. But the trolls did some research, and they found out that at one point in his house there was somebody living there named Richard. So they claim to say that his real name is Richard. And then they have ever since, they've trolled him ever since. To this day, they still troll him with, "Yo, Richard, what up?" And he's like, "That's not my name, playa."
He gets more hood too. He stops becoming southern.
He does get hood. He does do some rapping and all that
awesome.
stuff. His excuse for that is that he grew up in the hood of, I think it's Palm Beach, Florida, or no, No, it wasn't Palm. It's not Florida. It's South Carolina. But it's one of those. It's like a Palm Beach, South Carolina or something. but he said there's a ghetto near where he grew up, and that everybody talked like that.
It's what, one Arco gas station?
Yeah, where he got his, that's where he got his Pepsi, I guess. So that's his excuse for, rapping on stream and saying, and everything is playa. What up, playa? What up, pimpin'? What up, pimp? That's what he says. All his stuff. So he would get these people to go, yo, are you Richard? And he's like, it's not my name, pimp. And he's like, oh, well, this guy's, and he would cut them off and say, look, I know this. There's a guy who wants you to stream snipe me, wants you to kill me, but they're not going to pay you, man. They're not going to pay you. And he's like, yo, they said you were going to say that. They're offering $50. And then, of course, boom, headshot to Wings,
What's amazing is that at that time, unlike now where everybody's got Venmo and stuff like that, at that time it would have been a little harder to get your money. You know what I mean? So you really wanted to troll this guy to begin with, whether you got $50 or not, whether you got the $5,000 from the Indian billionaire or not, you were going to shoot Richard in the head.
Absolutely. I would. I would definitely.
I would do it now. I didn't have Rainbow Six.
So that was the kind of trolls he was getting, and and then in Modern Warfare he got this. There was this player by the name of Webby. I think it was like Webby 13 or something like that. And Webby was just a bane of Wings' existence. There isn't a game I haven't seen Webby in with Wings where he wasn't on his team and standing directly in front of him shooting him. Which you can't team kill in Modern Warfare. But if you're shooting, it gives away your location. So if he's standing in front of Wings shooting him, they're both gonna die. Yeah. So there's a copy. There's Lord of the Wings was a big troll name. Lummox was great. Wings Tings was a really popular Wings Redemption troll, but probably the most popular Wings troller is a guy named Sean Ranklin. Because Sean Ranklin I think he did a lot of trolls in chat. He wasn't a troller in the game with Wings, but he was the most popular YouTube troll channel. You wanted to see the latest Wings outburst or latest Wings troll, you went to Sean Ranklin's channel, and to this day you can still rely on Sean Ranklin's channel. And it got to a point where Sean Ranklin became so popular that he even trended on Twitter. The Twitter was hashtag shout out to Sean Ranklin. Sean Ranklin's channel came out November 16th, 2017. And this is an episode from one of Wings' streams. And this is the one where Wings has had all that he can take with the trolls. And this is the grand finale, people. And I know the episode is pretty much 3/4 of the way done. So I know this is the best part, but try to think of it as you go into the fireworks, and then this video is kind of like the grand finale. It's just full of magic and all the best stuff you got. And the rest of the episode, we're just gonna pepper like when you're leaving the fireworks display and you see random guys in the parking lot lighting off big fireworks that they shouldn't have access to, and you're thinking to yourself, boy, I hope the kids don't catch on fire.
Webby, fucking leave, dude. All they're doing is hurting my livelihood. No, they're joining through recent players. Look here! Look, listen! Appearing offline does not fucking stop it. So stop giving fucking advice you know nothing about. I'm banning anybody trying to give me advice. Real talk. My mod should be doing this. I gotta play. I don't give a fuck at this point, honestly. I don't care. I hate everything to do with life.
I don't know if we covered the surgery. He was he had applied for what is it, gastric bypass surgery? Yeah, so he wanted to get gastric bypass, but anyone who has medical coverage knows that medical companies don't cover gastric bypass. So it would be $25,000 in the States. So he was looking into getting it in Mexico because you can get it in Mexico for $6,000. You can also die in Mexico.
Technically, you can die anywhere. If you're gonna die somewhere, might as well be in Mexico.
But yeah, your chances of death in any surgery over the border as an American far more possible, especially with a surgery like this, So he started getting a donation. Well, first he starts with, I have the money, I can go get it done. And then the next day he starts a donation stream to get money for the surgery. And it's like, what are you talking about? So then you get this big cry stream where it's like, I just wanted to get the surgery, man. And it's like, go get the surgery. You said you had the money. Now you're in a boat where you've gotten the money from a bunch of people and you're not getting the surgery. Now people feel they've been cheated out of their money.
See, thank God trolls are not known for scouring the internet for any little detailed word you've ever said to throw it back at you. I'm glad this is gonna blow over. They're not gonna remember that he already has the cash. I'm sure everything turned out fine. He's probably 180 pounds of lean muscle now, right? Gastric bypass surgery went well.
Surprisingly, the gastric bypass surgery did go well in Mexico.
Oh, really? He didn't die in Mexico?
No, he did not. He got the surgery, and came back to good old South Carolina.
So what you're saying is Sean Rankin is pretty good, but he's not that good.
Yes, he was unable to foil Wings'
actual breathing.
Yeah, for about 6 months.
Oh, okay.
So
how weird if you don't change anything in your life, it doesn't actually stick.
Yeah. So he lost, I think he lost something like 120 pounds or something like that. And he was getting down. But, you can't keep eating banquet frozen dinners and keep losing weight. It doesn't work that way. Wings went into the troll Discord. His own personal trolls had their own Discord where they all talk with each other. So he, quote unquote, went into the lion's den to try to stop them from making fun of them, or stop them from making fun of him. And he was unsuccessful, and he obviously left in a tiff because their objective has always been simple. They said the same as they share the same sentiment. They said, you need to quit. We want you off the internet. We want you to just go live some other kind of life where we're tired of you bitching on the internet saying how you hate your life and you don't want to play video games. Well, if you don't want to play video games, then don't play video games on the internet. Stop talking about it. So, he had an unsuccessful trip to the lion's den. And it's, another notable thing was he got swatted. I think March 6th of 2017, he got swatted on cam while he was streaming. So the notable thing is he could be heard in the background. You see one of the SWAT team members walk onto his stream, and they ask you who could have done this to you, and he said, I don't know. The trolls kind of they all have different names. I don't know, almost kind of trying to protect people online. He didn't want the police to go after him. But then they asked him again, and the name they gave him, the name Wings gave him was Wings Tings. Which, sad for Wings Tings. After that, Wings Tings decided to close his YouTube page out of fear that the police were going to come after him. So it was like, well, what are you going to do? I can't say I blame Wings for naming one of the troll channels. He did get swatted. So
yeah. Well,
Right. And I don't think the police in his town are going to devote a lot of time to.
I don't think the police in his town understood what was happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's screaming, "Trolls are making me mad," and called you guys.
Yeah.
I would be very much like, I would be very confused as a cop in the South. I would be confused as hell.
Yeah. And furthermore, I don't think any police unit in any state really know what's going on when somebody's getting swatted and they show up to a room full of gamers with guns drawn, like thinking they're going to, get on this big cocaine drug bust and be on the news as heroes. And they end up scratching their head on stream and not knowing what's going on while a bunch of people on stream are laughing their asses off. So,
no, you back up the paddy wagon very quick.
Another notable thing, he did get married to a girl. And I guess they got a wedding certificate at some point. And all we learned from the wedding certificate that, I don't know, this is all troll information, but the trolls claim that his name on the wedding certificate was Richard McCready Samuel Jordy Jordan.
What the heck is that?
There was a video a couple months ago where she was crying on stream. She was crying on stream because she was upset because Wings was refusing to leave his stream to help her with something. And the classic line, I love when he's streaming and when somebody tries to interrupt him, he goes, "I can't right now, I'm working." And you're like, dude, I mean, we hate you, but go to your wife. And he does eventually go, all right, I got to end the stream. So, that's pretty much the story till now. Except for the big one is when he did recently lose his Twitch partnership. Which if you're, when you're part of the Twitch program, you can earn money on Twitch. You can have sponsors, all that kind of stuff. I believe it was on July. It was in July 26th, and they didn't disclose why he was banned. So yeah, they said that they had a contract with Wings with certain parameters between Wings and Twitch that people don't know about, and that he violated that, and he was permabanned, which means you're gone for good. You can no longer make money on Twitch. So that's basically kind of the end of that, So he does still stream on YouTube, but I don't think he can make that much money on YouTube doing that. I don't know if he's still part of a YouTube partnership program. So
the only thing I know about Wings of Redemption is every now and again somebody would post on the feeds that I have that Wings is dead. And I'd always go, "Oh, I think I've heard of that guy. Oh man, he died." And then someone will do it again like a year from now, and I will again forget who the hell Wings is and go, "Man, that's right. I thought he died." So like, that to me is his legacy. For me, as a casual guy, is he's the big troll who went to Mexico, got his stomach stapled, busted those same staples, yelled at his wife, and now is gone. And one of these days, I will be personally trolled because I will believe somebody when they say he's dead. But you, as a fan of Wings of Redemption, I mean, what's his legacy to you? Now that he's dead.
His legacy is that of just a confused soul that had an idea of who he was as an amazing video gamer, and he was humbled in one too many ways. He was somebody who had to learn to be humble multiple times before he realized, oh, I'm just another average Joe.
Was there, ironically, a redemption to Wings? Like, would you have seen him as somebody who, if he could get his stuff together, became one of the really rich I don't know what he made, honestly, but let's say he became one of the really rich Twitch streamers? You know what I mean? Actually getting some kind of redemption?